So Hank Green does a style of video where he has a question, and in wondering his question, he records a video going through the process of how he comes to an answer. And in doing so, the format kind of follows a line of explain the question, think about what I or he immediately assumes to be the answer, question his biases, and then do the research. And what I like about it is that...
Editing Morgan here. I wanted to clarify what I like about it. What I like is how Hank embraces the idea that we don't have to know everything. I think there's a lot of pressure both online and in person to always be right and not make mistakes, and Hank is comfortable exploring his investigations publicly so everybody can see how possible it is for bias or experience to lead you down certain paths, even if those paths aren't necessarily wrong.
So I'm going to try to do that today. It may completely fall flat on its face, but we will try it and find out. My question today is, how come I can never seem to get any work done before 10 p.m.? It's been this way for like 7 or 8 years. I find it very difficult to sit down and focus while the sun's out. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. It doesn't matter whether it's schoolwork or work that I want to do for myself or household chores. And it happened again today for the 100th time in a decade. And I said 100th time, but it's probably like the 1000th time. And I'm just sitting here wondering to myself, like, why is this? And I'm motivated because it's after 10 p.m. So now we're making this video. My gut reaction is a couple fold. One, it's like trained, it's learned, it's a habit. Right, I would like wake up in the morning and I would do like what I had to do to get ready for school, and then I would go to school, and then after school I would go to sports activities or music or band or theater or whatever it was that extracurricularly I had. Then I get home and I try to eat, and I eat dinner, and at that point we'd be sitting around probably like 7, 8, 9 p.m. and I would start to get my homework done. As well as, or do a load of laundry or things like that. So part of me wonders, like, is it purely habit-based? Which was then reinforced by going to school and having a class every year at school that was 2 to 6 p.m., which I would often do 2 to 6 p.m., then work 6 to 7 on that stuff that I was just working on, so I didn't forget what it was that I was trying to get done, go have dinner, and then come back to the studio. So maybe it is purely reinforced, just a fundamental aspect of my habits over a decade, and I've just been reinforcing them permanently. Option number 2, there's like something where I feel energized when the sun is out to feel like I have other stuff to do. Like, even though I'm not getting anything done, I'm just like making lunch and scrolling on Instagram and messing with the cat. Like, the sun out time is happy hours, and happy hours mean no work. I don't know. Just like gut feeling, that's probably not it. But like maybe there's something behind when the sun's out, the guns are out, and that means we are, doing whatever it is we're doing. Could be linked to like feeling like it's private time versus public time almost. Everybody does stuff during the day, but at nighttime, that's my time. I can do whatever I want, which is what I have to do, my chores. And then my last thing is that I've seen over the years headlines, posts, indications that there is like a genetic aptitude for night owls versus morning people. And I've always kind of been, or at least I like to think of myself as having always been an always person. I would get up for swim practice at 4:30 a.m. I've never had a problem getting up really early and going to do stuff. But I've always had a really easy time staying up really late, which I hear echoed amongst many an online individual. That idea that there might be a genetic disposition, provably evident in some individuals, towards staying up later. And I know this also changes over the course of your life, or maybe that's not true. Maybe that's something I am assuming that is not right at all. But the idea that somebody might be inclined to be a night owl from birth, very interesting. So hopefully this has a screen recording attached to it. I am just going to start with Googling just why can't I get any work done during the daytime. So let's see. And I don't even know what are like good sources to get this information. So this is going to be thing. Okay, so this is just like some article saying like how to get more work done. That's probably garbage. All right, what about like genetically a night owl? What does that get me? Rockefeller.edu. I think edu is probably a good sign, but I don't know what the hell Rockefeller is. Rockefeller University, science for the benefit of humanity. I don't know what this is. If you've been night owl your whole life, mornings are your nemesis, you may blame a gene mutation for those late nights. They are a variant of the gene CRY1, slows internal biological clock called the circadian clock that normally dictates when you feel sleepy. People with a night owl variant of this gene have larger circadian cycle than most, making them stay awake later. The team reported it on April 6th in Cell. I don't know what Cell is. Maybe it's a magazine of some form for these things. CDC estimates 50 to 70 million adults in the US have a sleep or wakefulness disorder. I mean, that could be the case. Maybe I have the CRY1 variant or mutation. I don't know. Maybe that has some value. The night owl gene. What is this? People with delayed sleep phase disorder typically cannot fall asleep till 3 or 4 a.m. or even later. That's later than I stay up. So maybe this actually isn't me. This has nothing to do with me. This is why we're doing this, because I would never have seen 3 or 4 a.m. I'm thinking night owl 2 a.m. You know, this could be a completely different thing. So okay, that's interesting. University of Santa Cruz, I discovered how common mutation leads to the night owl disorder. I assume this is the same thing. People with condition are able to stay awake often after 2 a.m. Interesting. Okay. So I think 2 a.m. is kind of my cutoff typically, like maybe 2 to 3, especially if I'm like working on something and have difficulty getting up in the morning. I mean, I would assume if you're staying up that late, it'd be more difficult to get up in the morning. I'm not going to be able to get up at 5 a.m. if I stayed up till 2 or 3. But I can normally work on one REM cycle, or what I understand as a REM cycle, like 4 hours, 3.5 hours of sleep, and function pretty well for the entire day after that. And this was discovered in 2017. Interesting. So I guess I've been seeing headlines about this for the past 7 years. So that's everything about that. Let's try a new direction. I'm gonna go to Google real quick because Ecosia is awesome. Oh, that's Google Maps. So let's try. I get more work done at night. If you find yourself getting more work done, it likely means you're a night owl, which means your natural circadian rhythm is better suited to being active and focusing on the later hours, often due to a combination of reduced distractions, increased calmness, and potential genetic predisposition to this better. I mean, okay, so it likely means you're a night owl is a crazy thing to drop on somebody Googling this, but that's fine. Reduced distractions. It's very interesting to me. Something I didn't bring up earlier. But I am easily distracted. I wouldn't categorize myself as somebody who is not easily distracted. Yeah, I mean, frankly, that checks out. Increased calmness. Maybe there's a sense of me being able to get out my Zoomies during the day, and then I get home and I have both reduced distractions and I'm less antsy than I was before, though you probably wouldn't guess that from this video. And maybe I have a potential genetic disposition. Phone calls, meetings, other people, allowing for a deeper concentration, quiet environment. Certainly it is quieter at night than during the day. I can buy that. Reduce stress, pressure of the day subside. Let's see what's on this Reddit post from years ago. Stuck to my phone all day, not feeling motivated, but it changes at night. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I have school, I have to wake up at 7, so I don't get all at once I'm up. I don't feel tired at all. Thanks. Saw this quote on Twitter, so I learned revenge bedtime procrastination, a phenomenon which people who don't have much control over their daytime life refuse to sleep early. I'm recording a YouTube video at this time, so maybe that's fair. Maybe that is what's happening. No texts, no calls, one of the big issues at the time during the day. I definitely agree with this. I read once that your decision center in your brain gets fatigued after all day finding reasons not to work on things. Your brain. Let's look at that. Decision brain fatigue. I think this is just thinking a lot means that you have less room for thinking late. I mean, inhibitions being lowered can very much be it. I won't call anybody out, but I think we all know somebody who's probably made a bad decision or several of them after 10 p.m. So maybe I'm less worried about embarrassing myself on camera after 10 p.m. versus the exact same thing happening to me after 10 a.m. I wouldn't be caught dead embarrassing myself during the daytime. Not in God's eyes. Let's try a couple more and then we'll call it. 6 reasons why you work better at night. You have ADHD is 6. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I actually, I'm just scanning through this. I use body doubling all the time. Put myself in a location where I can see people working, where I would be the weird one if I wasn't the one working. Library, cafe, place like that. I'm not going to be caught scrolling on my Instagram or playing a video game on my laptop if I'm able to be in an environment where that's not the thing that should be being done. I did this for literally the entirety of my education because I learned very rapidly that if I was at home, I was not going to be doing the work. So, I mean, that's one thing. Work in a darker environment, bright light, sounds, switching lights off, closing the windows, drawing the curtains. I mean, honestly, yeah, I mean, that's not... If it truly is the distractions, then maybe a part of me is as simple as just darkening the world. Create a fixed work routine. I don't know if I can do that. I think I've tried that for enough time, and a true routine is hard for me to get around to. But okay. So let's sum up what I think I can say is that at least the general public, the main reaction is that, like, I'm probably getting distracted. I might have ADHD. I might be less inhibited by my personal fears, and I am much less likely to find something else to do instead of the work that I know needs doing. Yeah, all right, fine. Fair enough. And then maybe I have this very special gene, but I don't know. I don't find that particularly novel. But anyways, at the end of Hank's videos, he does the New York Time connection, so I'm going to do that now. I'm not as good at it as Hank Green. He likes to get the purple first, that he calls that hard mode. That's going to be an absolute nightmare. Single, sticker, belly, button, whole, soul, oyster, clam, trumpet, ball, luck, buck, morel, arch, smacker, heel. Okay. God, I hate it. I hate it when they organize it. I gotta shuffle it to start with, just to get stuff less. I can't have belly button and oyster and clam or whatever right next to each other. It's gonna screw me up. So buck is like $1, and maybe a clam. A clam is $1 in SpongeBob, and a single is $1. Maybe a smacker is $1. Maybe that's one. Clicking around to see if I can get them kind of together so I can remember. There we go. Bottom right. A morel eel is a sea creature. An oyster is a sea creature. Clam, of course. I feel like there's like a trumpet clam or a trumpet fish or something, but I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. An arch is an architectural feature. A part of the foot. A heel is a part of the foot. The sole is the part of a foot. I don't know what the other part of the foot would be. The ball of the foot. Okay. So this is one, but this is easy. These are parts of the feet. So this is not going to be the purple. Then we have clam buck, single, smacker. A very questionable term for dollar. So that leaves sticker, hole, trumpet, morel, luck, belly, button, oyster. I feel like a button is also a kind of like clam, like trumpet, oyster, trumpet fish, button, oyster, pork, belly, lady, luck, lady, oyster. Ew. Words that have O-E-L in them. This has butt, tick, rump. Oh my God, wait, that's it. Rump, butt. No, maybe it's not. Like words that have buttocks inside of them. I'm gonna keep looking. Oh no, maybe not. So here's what I'm gonna do, because I don't want this to take forever and I don't want it to be more boring than it already is. I'm gonna guess that this one is easy, so that's not gonna be the first one. I'm gonna guess clam buck, single, smacker, and see if that's dollars. $1. Oh, but that's an easy one. Okay. Well, that kind of screws the whole thing. So let's just see if we can get it without any issues. So next was arch, heel, ball, soul. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That was the yellow. Lady, luck, lucky. A sticker is something that goes on something. A button is something that goes on something. A hole is something that's in something. A trumpet is a really long hole. Oyster. Raw oyster. Raw hole. Pork belly, pork. Rump butt is still here. Is bell another word for butt? Butt hole? Oh my god. This is so scuffed. More. Butt, bell, rump. More. She's got more. She's got more. One away. Oist? Does she have oist? Does she have stir? Oh, okay. So I was one away like this, and when I moved that one was wrong. So this one is butt and rump, and it wasn't right with sticker. So it could be whole, belly, luck, or oyster. Bell bottom. Oh, belly bottom. I don't even know if this is right. This had one away, is what we know. Hole in one. Golf hole. Golf sticker. Golf oyster. Oyster shooter. This is what I already guessed, right? Yeah, already guessed. Thank you. Maybe this word has a meaning that I don't know, because this like effectively isn't even a word for me. I only know it as an eel. And then when I was doing this before, I unselected. Yeah, I unselected Morel, and sticker was wrong, but also that messed up the whole thing. So Morel is a part of two of these words. Is this three away? Or yeah, that's one away. So we know it's not belly or sticker. Let's see, the hole or oyster or luck. I think it's oyster. I think these are sea creature things. Kinds of mushrooms. Oh my god. Sticker, hole, luck, belly. Luck's really weird here. Are they like words that also like hole can be with a W and luck is, I don't know. I have no idea what this is. Pot belly, pot hole, pot sticker. Wow. Well, I guess that's my first ever variation of a Hank Green video with none of the necessary scientific knowledge or literacy. So, hope you enjoyed.